Is this clever innovation or just cute resin with a New York fairy tale? The site shouts American brand since 1996 and handcrafted animal lamps that capture the essence of New York while blasting up to 80% off and a wall of 5-star scores that magically add up to over 13,000 reviews. The checkout flashes big name payments and a 30-day money-back promise. Now the reality check. The returns page says, ship your lamp back to an industrial park address in Guangzhou, China, while a separate contact blurb vaguely says Bleecker Street, New York, with no suite number and no phone. The domain is newborn and privacy cloaked, and the store runs on a basic plug-and-play e-commerce stack that anyone can spin up over a weekend. Founder identities are just first names Helen and Patrick with zero verifiable track record. If a brand has decades of history yet leaves no corporate filings or trade presence and cannot commit to a verifiable street address, you are not looking at heritage. You are looking at a storyline. What are real shoppers saying in the wild? The pattern across consumer threads and scam watch communities is rinse and repeat. Heavy social ads, fast comment moderation, slow or no replies when something goes wrong. Ship times measured in weeks, not days. Items arriving smaller or cheaper than the photo, and returns routed overseas on your dime. You will also see a bursty review pattern on third-party sites around sister brands with similar names and copy. Language repeats and timestamp clusters look like they were pasted from a script rather than typed by humans. That does not prove every order fails. It does show a model that pushes aggressive discounts up front and shifts risk to the buyer on the back end. If the only praise is inside the brand's own storefront and independent chatter tilts toward delays, quality mismatch, and ghosted support, that is a smoke signal. When a company is proud and real, they invite outside scrutiny and answer it. When a company is fragile, they hide behind forms and emojis. Let's talk product reality. The cute dog and cat lamps shown are standard resin or acrylic forms with inexpensive LED modules and no advanced driver or certification story. The same looks appear across marketplaces under different titles and watermarks. The prices on this site swing from list strike-throughs like $150 down to $39.95, with limited stock banners that seem permanently urgent. That is a psychological timer, not a supply chain fact. The specs avoid electrical details you would expect from a serious lighting brand, such as UL or ETL. Listing, voltage tolerances, replacement bulb model, and cord grade. The About text repeats inspirational phrases but never names a designer factory or QA manager. If a lamp is truly hand-blown glass or artisan-made, the maker tells you which studio or region did the work and brags about materials and finishes. Here you get mood words and countdowns. Ask yourself, who services a failed switch 6 months in and who pays to move 2 pounds of resin back to Guangzhou through customs? Spoiler, it is not the seller. Compare value like a grown-up, not a feed scroller. The same style resin animal lamps wholesale for a handful of dollars before shipping. Add retail reality such as safety certification, packaging, warranty support, and a real return address, and a fair market price lands between $40 and $150 depending on quality and brand tier. If you want cute mood lighting, your safest moves are buy from a reputable retailer with published certifications and a domestic return depot. Or choose an established decor brand that lists materials, finishes, dimensions, and third-party testing. If you still love the aesthetic, then test the seller first with a small order paid via a method that gives strong chargeback rights. Screenshot the product page and the policy page before checkout. If the site requires you to pay return shipping to China for not as described, refuse the deal. If everything checks out and you accept the risk, enjoy your lamp. Verdict is mixed. Leaning risky. The story is bigger than the build, and the policies push too much risk onto you. Worth the hype or worth the headache? For most buyers, this is worth the headache. Comparison shop or buy from a retailer with a real address, a phone that answers, and a return label that does not cross an ocean.